hear from one woman, and Happy New Year. I'm here with the amazing Carla Hampshire. How are you today, Carla?
I'm doing excellent. Happy New Year to you, Charla.
Oh, thank you so much. So a lot of you may recognize Carla. She spoke at a couple of the Fearless Women Summit. She spoke in Calgary, and Calgary is where she lives and makes home. And she also spoke at our Ottawa event before. And Carla's an amazing lady. She's an inspiring speaker, and she's part of our Speakers Bureau. So thanks so much for joining us, Carla, and telling us more about what you do. So let's talk a little bit about your story, because you have an incredible story of getting into becoming a world-class professional international bodybuilder in your 50s. So let's talk a little bit. Let's talk about that. That's amazing.
It's a little bit crazy, isn't it? And I kind of became captivated with the sport of bodybuilding when I stepped into a gym at age 36. It was really to buy a gym membership for my husband. I had no intention of attending the gym, but something called to me that day. But it took me 10 years to develop the courage that I needed, because I knew I could step into the sport of bodybuilding or competitive bodybuilding, but I held myself back, telling myself all kinds of stories, limiting beliefs, blocks, you name it. I was raising 6 children at the time, so in my mind, it didn't make sense to step into the world of competitive bodybuilding. And who was I to think I could, and what would my husband think? You know, all those stories we tell ourselves. But it took me 10 years, and I finally jumped in with both feet. And I'm so glad I did, because I went from being amateur to turning professional athlete the year after. And from that, 6 years later, to taking a first place at a world competition in New Jersey at age 51. So you just never know really what you're capable of until you get over that fear, that barrier. It takes a split second to do sometimes, just to get over it, and the whole new world opens up to you.
Yeah, and you touched on so many things there that I would love to talk about more, in terms of, you know, what is it that helps you get over that hump? Because I think that everybody has either those excuses, there's those reasons not to, or that fear to not, even to just even join that gym or do that thing. And all the things that you tell yourself, well, that's not for me, or, you know, who am I to think? And I'm too busy. I've got 6 kids at home. You know, there's lots of things that could keep you from doing it, even though your heart is telling you, like, hey, this looks exciting. This is something maybe I want to explore. So what were some of the key factors that really helped you overcome those fears?
One is, I realized that I needed to take time for me. I needed to reinvest in that person called Carla. Carla had gotten lost through the years of raising the kids, and I needed to find her again. And I knew that through this sport, reinvesting in myself, that I could find Carla and better Carla, better my best, in essence. And also, there was a point where my passion for the sport was just, I couldn't contain it anymore, and I knew I had to do something about it. And so you have to reach that point sometimes when you realize that this is important to you, and you need that in your life in order to grow, to move forward, to progress, to be better than you are today. And that day happened. It was March 19th, 2007. I made that decision, and I've never looked back, and I've done other amazing things because of that experience. It gave me such confidence to reach for bigger things, to reach for those other goals that I had in mind for myself.
Absolutely. And I loved how you said that, in terms of, you know, you needed to do something for Carla and to find Carla again, because I think that happens naturally to women as life goes on, and you become Carla the wife, you become the mom, you become the taxi driver, You become the employee, you become the businesswoman, you become the, all these different titles and hats that we wear. But lots of times, all of a sudden you wake up one morning as a woman and you go, who am I? Like there's this, all of a sudden something missing that it's like, you just think that what do I love to do? Where is my joy? And was that something that you found happened to you as you started going to the gym and you started to rediscover who you are and the things that you love to do?
Yeah, I had no idea that I would love the gym. That happened quite by accident, but I was just so passionate about it. And the first thing I did was I went to the library and got every book I could on bodybuilding and nutrition. I just wanted to learn. I just wanted to fill Carla back up. I learned, I read, I studied, and I got to know the whole sport. And that was before gaining the courage to actually do it. But it was a way for me to progress myself. I wanted to learn. That's always been an important thing from that point to now. I'm always looking for what's new, what's next, what do I need to learn. Even if I'm at the gym just doing mind-numbing cardio after my weight workout, I'm always learning something. What's the topic of the day? What do I want to learn more about? Is it about metabolism? Is it about being vegan? What are the topics? I'm always filling myself up because we cannot serve from an empty cup. We have to fill our cup. And as women, we give from our cup. We're constantly pouring it out. We cannot serve from an empty cup. We have to invest in ourselves. And that's my biggest message, really.
Yeah, and you help women with doing that now. Like you coach women, help women, because that can be a hard thing, whether it's getting into bodybuilding or even just starting off and going to a gym and taking your health and well-being into your hands and figuring all that out. Because for a lot of women, it can be really intimidating, even just to walk through those gym doors or to purchase that membership. And then what are all these machines do? How do I even use them? Should I be doing them all? Do I do some of them? All that kind of stuff. It can be really overwhelming, but that's something you really help women to do because it is that education piece and learning about our bodies, what our bodies needs. Because, a lot of us have been on that roller coaster of dieting or exercising or the latest fad. And really, how do you build that healthy lifestyle that's sustainable? And that's something that you're passionate about doing.
Exactly. And you have to find something that appeals to you. If you absolutely hate tennis, then don't take up tennis. And if find what you like. I know for my daughter, for example, she loves Zumba, the Latin inspired dancey workout. She loves that. Great. That's her thing. That's not my thing. I found my thing. So you have to explore different options in order to find that thing that you'll get up in the morning and go, yes, I can't wait to go and do that. It's going to be fun. And it just vitalizes you. And that's actually one of the workshops I'm going to be presenting next month is on how to maintain vitality as you age. And I think it's very important to have something that you look forward to.
Yes.
And of course, investing in your physical health and your mental health. Those are very key to aging gracefully and to aging from a point of vitality.
Yes.
As well.
Yeah. And also, like you said, it overflows in all areas of your life. Lots of times we think, well, we don't have the time, but when you invest that time, you're better at everything. Like, what were some of the biggest changes that you noticed that when you finally made that decision, made that commitment to yourself that I'm going to invest the time, how did that overflow into the other areas of your life?
Energy and confidence. I had a ton more energy to run around with the kids, and now I have 7 grandchildren to get up on the floor with them and go and play basketball with them and whatever it is, go hiking. A ton more energy for sure because I was investing in me and my physical and mental health, and that really helped me bring up my energy levels and also my confidence. Confidence was huge. I was kind of hiding behind my children all the time, putting them forward. And Carla was getting lost in the background. And that sport or the action of doing something for me, whether it be bodybuilding or something else, studying, it really helped my confidence. It helped Carla know that she was worth something, that she had something to give, that maybe in some small way I could inspire someone else to fill their cup.
Mm-hmm.
And so energy and confidence for sure were the two hugest things that that whole journey gave me. The
Yeah.
confidence to go out and say, I think I want to write a book,
Yeah.
which I did.
Yes, yes. Let's talk about that book because it's awesome. And also, I love it because it shows that you can reach your goals and dreams, doesn't matter what age. Because I think lots of times we'll put, I wish I would have done, I should have done that in my 20s or my 30s. You became a competitive bodybuilder, stepped on your first international stage at 51. So lots of times we tell ourselves all these things that just aren't true, that really you can have your best life at any time. And that's what I love about your book is really it's how to live your best life and have, you know, your health and well-being in your 40s and beyond. So tell me a little bit about your book and all the good stuff that people can read in the pages.
Absolutely. So the book is called Healthy Body for Life, a guide for women over 40. So that's my target audience because as you mentioned before, it's a time in our life when we're busy and we get lost. And so to reinvest in ourselves, in chapter 1, you'll find the inspiration. It'll tell a little bit about my story and also other women whom I've interviewed, and their little stories are there as well. So chapter 1 is the inspiration you need. And from chapters 2 to 7 is the information you need to get yourself in physical, excellent health, to give you the energy you need. So I will discuss things like nutrition, detoxification, exercise. There's some illustrations there for exercises you can do at home, even if you don't want to go to a gym. I talk about sleep management. Oftentimes we have trouble sleeping, and that's really impacting our health. So I give a lot of excellent tips there. And also, very key is stress management. That's my final chapter. When we are in a state of stress, we will not take care of ourselves. We will not eat properly. We tell ourselves, I'm too nervous, I don't have time, I've got all these things to do. We will not want to go exercise, and it'll impact our sleep in a great way. So if we can manage our stress, yes, stress is everywhere, but if we can find ways of mitigating that, we will be in a healthier space mentally and physically.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically what I talk about, how to improve the entire body and mind and have a healthier body for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, such a good book. And I think so important, especially with the stress management piece, because you're right. You know, people get stressed out and all those things they've learned and we're doing all go out the window, which those are the things that's going to help you the most in those times of stress is having exercise to go and alleviate some of that, eating properly so you're nourishing your body, taking time so that you can, you know, make sure you're sleeping well, that your body's rejuvenating, all that kind of stuff. So really good stuff for sure. And what we'll do is we'll put a link to your website as well so people can definitely learn more about the book, purchase a book if they'd like to, and also learn about your coaching and your workshops, which that's what I want to talk about a little bit because, you know, I learned so much from hearing you speak at our Fearless Women Summit. You're now part of our Speakers Bureau. So, you know, organizations, workplaces, people who are putting on their own events can hire you to speak and inspire audiences to learn all these skills. So let's talk about kind of the talks that you offer, Carla, and what you're most passionate about getting out to the world.
Excellent. Yes, for sure. I want to inspire women to excel, to be able to invest in themselves and find that dream, that goal that they've been putting on the back burner, and really progress through the steps you need to take to get to that goal and be able to say, I did it. Whether it be a goal of going back to school, goal of taking an art class, learning a new language, teaching in a foreign country, whatever that is for you, do it. So one of my workshops or my inspirational or motivational speeches is about bettering your best, getting out there and doing it. But of course, I also have my wellness workshops. For sure, stress management is a huge one. Um, I was speaking in St. Albert not too long ago to the staff, the city of St. Albert staff, and teaching them about stress management so they can be better at work. And another one, of course, as I mentioned before, is how to maintain vitality as you age. And the other one I have right now as well is metabolism. Women over 40, we struggle with that thing called metabolism. And how do we get that fired up again like it was in our 20s and 30s and get to a better place physically that we all want to be at? And so those are my 3 workshops I have going on right now: stress management, vitality, and metabolism, as well as my inspirational speeches on getting out there and reaching for your dreams.
And that's the thing, is the same principles apply, whether it's health and fitness, or like you said, it's learning a new skill, going back to school, starting your dream business. All the principles are the same to get there. It's a big part of the mindset part of it, and creating a plan and an actions to be able to get you from where you are to wherever it is that you want to be. And that's what I love about you, Carla, is that yeah, you break it down so easily that each of us can achieve that, no matter what our dreams and goals are in life.
Exactly. And I look at you, for example, you had a thought, you had a dream, and you followed through, and now you are inspiring women and impacting women around the globe. And so you are an inspiration to me and to many, many other people around the world. I know that for a fact.
Aw.
And you know, it all probably came from a little thought, and you developed that and reached out and just did it, and you continue to do it. And that's what I love about you.
Oh, well, thanks, Carla. Yeah, well, it helps that I go to all these Fearless Women Summits and I'm inspired by speakers like you each time, because that's the thing. I think we all have those down moments as to, can I really do this? Or maybe you're on a roll and all of a sudden you hit, an obstacle along the way, or things that make you start doubting yourself, or all of a sudden life goes sideways. And I think that's when it's really important to have that support and network in place. And I think that's why it's so important to have coaches and people who are cheering you on, and the books that you can read, and the things that help keep you on track, because life is always going to have its ups and downs. And so that's why I'm thankful for women like you who do what you do, because you really help women along the way that maybe they're going on their journey, but if they need a little help or support, there's people who do this like you do full time, that women can reach out to and not throw their goals and their dreams away, because I think that can be sometimes easy to do, and to just know that you can always get that support and encouragement and things like that. So we'll definitely link up your website so women can learn more about you and what you do, and that you can do this all over the place. That, that's the beauty with technology now, is coaching can be done online, and having that support, getting the book, we can travel and do the talks and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so definitely get a hold of Carla if you're looking for an amazing coach, a fantastic book for 2020. It's a whole new decade for us. Or you're looking for an inspiring speaker for your event, for your workplace, for your, if you have a group of ladies that you really want to have an inspiring speaker for, Carla's amazing at that. Any final thoughts, Carla, that you'd like to leave with the women today, just in terms of how, we're in a new year now, just in terms of what you hope for them, or anything that we didn't cover today that you'd like to talk about?
Yes, thank you. What I love to do at the beginning of every year is decide on a quote that's kind of going to direct my year. And I want to share the quote I chose for 2020. It says, "The best way to predict the future is to create it." The best way to predict the future is to create it. And that's what I hope for myself, for you, and for all the other women, is to create your own future. Take those micro goals, work on them step by step to get to that big dream you have, because I know we all have a dream inside. We need to bring it out. And that is my thought I want to leave with you. Find a quote, something that will drive you, that you can post on your mirror, post on the fridge. One quote that I had when I spoke at Fearless Women, and I just want to mention that, is there is no growth in the comfort zone, and there is no comfort in the growth zone. If you want to grow, you have to get out of that complacent zone, that comfort zone where we all like to be. My life is happy. My life is joyful. I'm okay here. Yes, but you can be more.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Well, that's a perfect quote for this year. And I'll be writing that one down and adding it to my quote wall, because I live by quotes every day. So I'm going to add that one to it for sure. And I want to thank you, Carla, for sharing with us more about what you do, for your love and support of One Woman, and you know, speaking on the stages, but also attending events. I know you came to the Calgary event last year, and we know that you're a big supporter of what we do and being part of One Woman in the Speakers Bureau. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put the links that if you're interested in learning more about Carla, you can click on our website and get some more information about her speaking. And we'll also include her website, that if you're looking for coaching, for an amazing book to kick off your 2020, you can definitely do that and connect with Carla. She's an amazing person to get to know. So thank you everyone for watching today and tuning in for One Woman. Be sure to keep watching. We'll have more great videos and interviews for you to meet some of the amazing women right around the world who are make up the amazing One Woman. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.